Hi there, my name is Lindsay German and I'm with Keller Williams Arizona Living Realty. So you may have heard that there's been some big changes in the real estate industry, and I wanted to do this quick video, hopefully give you the nitty gritty of what is going on and what is happening. So back in 2019, there was a lawsuit that was created regarding the National Association of Realtors and a seller of a property. In 2023, it became a class action lawsuit, and as of April of 2024, that lawsuit has been approved, and it resulted in a $418 million settlement. With that, the Arizona Association of Realtors has created 5 new forms and revisions to 13 of our current forms. Now, a lot of agents are really concerned, worried, only because this is a change, but in all reality, what these changes are doing is creating more transparency and conversations, really, because it seems like with this lawsuit, the main issue was that there was a lack of transparency when it came to real estate commissions and who was being compensated by who and when and how much. So that is what we're changing. And again, I'm going to condense the whole process of what this is to try to make it really simple and straightforward and easy so that you understand, not being in our industry, because there are going to be some changes. Historically, what we have seen in our multiple listing services for us agents, that's where we can see all of the listings for houses for sale. And in each of those forms, say you call me to go look at a property, you'll receive a property form. And on the very bottom of our forms, it can be in different places for different MLSs, but there's a little area down here that says that there was a buyer agent compensation. And what that means is that during the listing meeting with the seller was willing to compensate a buyer's agent, and that percentage was set, okay? That is still remaining the same. This has always been negotiable. The seller can negotiate how much he or she would like to compensate their agent to sell their house. And as an added incentive, the way I see it, and a lot of other agents as well, is that if you can offer a compensation to the buyer's agent to protect the buyer, that you can offer that compensation as well. That is not going away, that is not changing. What is changing is on this sheet of paper, that number will be deleted. It will not be there anymore. So that number it is negotiable, it's always been negotiable, but now it's not out in the public eye, okay? For our sellers, so I'm just gonna kind of go through how this is affecting the sellers first. On the listing agreement, we now have a section called compensation. Previously, this said commission. Now it's our compensation. We have the first line where this says how much you as a seller are willing to compensate your listing agent. And in the sections below here, it breaks it down to say if you as a seller are willing to compensate an unrepresented buyer. So this is a buyer who does not have a realtor looking out for their interests. And then we have a section for the buyer broker. So this is where a buyer has been looking at properties with an agent that they trust, understand their value, and want to make sure they are compensated for the job they are doing for them. And as you as a seller, if you would like to continue as historically has been done, that you are still able to do so, okay? Really, that's it on the seller side. So again, just being very clear, it's transparent. We are still offering a compensation to the listing agent involved, and you may also negotiate if you would like to compensate the buyer's agent. Now, here's where the biggest change comes in for our buyers. Historically, buyers have never felt like they had to sign a document in order to go view a home, right? You'd call your agent, hi, I'm in town visiting, I like your area, I would like to go see a home. Great, I'll pick you up, throw you in my vehicle, let's go look at homes. That has now changed, okay? And it's not scary, but when you meet the realtor that you would like to work with and you trust in them, you know their value, you want them to look out for your best interest, you want to hire them. Think of it as if you were going to court. Would you want to represent yourself in a lawsuit? If you're doing your taxes, would you rather hire a professional accountant or would you like to do it yourself? You want to have a trusted professional who has been educated, licensed. We have our vendors, our relationships. We can help guide you. We can tell you how the process goes, what to expect, plethora of things. So in doing so, we are now required to have our buyers sign a written agreement before we are allowed to open a door. And I know that sounds scary, and a lot of buyers are like, I'm not signing anything. But unfortunately, Arizona is one of the states where this is, if you are a licensed realtor, and we are licensed with the National Association of Realtors, that we do have to have this in place. Now, that said, there's two forms that were created. Well, I would say one is a revision. It's been a form, it's been around for a long time. Us as agents, a lot of us have used it, a lot of us haven't. So it's really where they were comfortable. But what this form is called is the Buyer Broker Exclusive Employment Agreement, okay? And this is a document. You're gonna sign this, and you can see at the very, very top, it now says, and make sure I say this right, all realtors are required to have a signed written agreement prior to showing a home. Now, I know that this is what sounds scary, but we are not allowed to. It is now a requirement for us. So trust me, as uncomfortable as it is for you now, it's something we're gonna be a lot more comfortable with going forward, because this is part of the change, okay? And what this exclusive agreement says is, you buyer, you trust in me. I'm going to represent you. I'm going to look out for your best interest. I'm going to be negotiating the purchase of a home for you, and I'm gonna be your go-to, okay? Now I understand if you just met me, we've never talked before, you don't know my value yet, you're probably going to be afraid to sign this agreement. Okay, I understand that. Now keep in mind, no matter who you talk to, you have to sign with somebody in order to open a door. They did create this other form for us. We like to call this one the coffee date. And so this is the Buyer Broker Agreement to Show Property. Again, you see the same title here, that we must have this written agreement before we can show a property. But we call this our coffee date. This is non-exclusive. It does not hold you firm to anything. Actually, both agreements are time sensitive, so we can put the date range that this is good for. But this is a quick and easy, it's a one-page document, and it allows us to open the door for you. So please don't be afraid or scared, okay? But once we get through this first phase, you meet me, we talk, I explain to you what the process is gonna be. We wanna go look at more properties. Please understand, we are probably gonna switch over to this form. So we go from our coffee date, now we're gonna go into our marriage, okay? And this means that I am exclusive to you, you are exclusive to me, and I am going to represent you. You don't have to talk to any other agents, I am your one and only. Now buyers, please keep in mind, when you sign this form, again, we're in a marriage. You are not going to be talking to other realtors that are out there. And if you sign this form with another realtor, then you are going to be on the hook for compensation to that agent. So please keep in mind, if you sign two or multiples, you could be on the hook to be paying multiple times. So it is very important that you understand that this is an agreement that I am your lawyer, I am your CPA, I am your trusted professional to represent you. Now in this, it does say that me as your agent, you are paying me to do my job, right? No one wants to go to work for free. And so with that, it's important to know that yes, you are agreeing that I will be compensated to represent you. That said, that is also my job to try to continue kind of business as usual, where we're gonna see if that seller is willing to compensate that buyer's agent compensation, right? So we wanna make sure that that's not extra money out of your pocket if not needed. So we can do that negotiation process there, okay? And what that does, it'll bring me to my final form, is that with our offers, we are now going to be submitting a seller compensation addendum. And so with this form, we are going to be giving them our offer and giving them this form that says, hey, I have hired this trusted professional as my buyer agent, and I would like you, seller, to compensate them what my value was to them. What I was willing to pay them, I would like for you to cover it so that I may purchase your home, okay? So that is kind of the quick and dirty nitty gritty about what the changes are. It's not scary, it's just a little different. But if you do meet with an agent and they say, great, I would love to show you this home, please sign a form. Please don't be offended, don't be upset. We're kind of rolling with this. This all just started taking effect as of yesterday, August 1st. and all the MLS services, multiple listing services that are a part of the National Association of Realtors. Everyone does have to have this going and in effect as of August 17th. Different MLS systems are different. Here in Lake Havasu, we go into effect as of August 7th. If you're in Kingman or Bullhead area, they actually went into effect yesterday. So this will all be happening very quickly in the next couple weeks. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to call me, text me, email. I would love to answer questions for you. If there's any gray areas that you seem to be confused about, I would love to help answer those. My direct cell phone number is 928-733-8977. Again, Lindsay German with Keller Williams Arizona Living Realty, and I look forward to helping you find the home of your dreams.